Hello again, Dinky Danny here. I was out shoveling snow around 7 o'clock for our office, and I figured while I was out I'd stop at Goodwill today. So I'm going to show you what I picked up there. It's kind of a funny story. And then also, whenever I came back, I had 3 packages in the mail. Now, I was doing this video already, and my camera died out, and I didn't know that it stopped recording. So I've already opened these up, but I wanted to show you guys what I got in them. So I'll go through that after I tell you about Goodwill. Last week I hurt my ankle, and I was going to go to the doctor to get an x-ray, so my brother came over to pick me up and he was going to drive me out, and the Goodwill's right next to where my doctor is. So we ended up going to the doctor, got the x-ray, and it wasn't anything serious. It's actually pretty much all better right now. But I stopped in that Goodwill, and it's a Goodwill. I hardly ever find anything good there. Occasionally I'll find a Genesis game or something like that. So this time I stopped in, and I wasn't expecting much. And the game that I found, I was completely surprised about this. I found Modern Warfare 2 for the Xbox 360. I don't know if someone's parent was mad at them and just decided to donate this game, but I mean, it's brand new. There were a couple little marks on the disc, but it plays fine, so I don't know why they took it there. But I'm actually going to send this out to Fun Explorer 1. I already have it, so he said he was going to get this and he wanted to play it with me, so I'm going to send this out to him. And right after that, we went over to the thrift store, which is usually where I find some good deals. I get some systems there, and I usually get the Game Boy and the Game Gears and stuff. So, pretty much, if you've ever gone out to Goodwills around your place, and even if you haven't, you can tell by our videos, you don't usually get that many good deals. You'll go to a Goodwill for a whole year, and you might get a decent deal on something cheap, maybe something worth $30 or something like that. And I go to the thrift store, and I look in the front window, and I see a Panasonic 3DO. Now, this is a system that I've only ever heard about. I see people have them on YouTube, and I've never had one before, so I was real excited to, go in and pick it up. It was only $19.95, so I was pretty excited about it, and I went inside, checked the other places where they usually have video games. They had Nintendo. They had a couple Nintendo cartridges and things like that, but I really wasn't focusing on that because I just wanted to get this 3DO. So I go in, probably look around the store for about 5, maybe 10 minutes at most, going up to the register. And usually they tell you you can't get anything from the window unless you go up to the register, tell them about it, and then they'll go get it for you. So I'm walking up to the register, and this girl walks in, and right in the front door she says, "Hey, I want something from the window." And the cashier goes over and starts talking to her, and I'm like, oh, I hope she doesn't want what I'm getting. And 2 minutes later, she goes out to the window, comes back with the Panasonic 3DO, and I'm thinking to myself, first of all, they always tell me I have to go to the register. And then second, this girl looks trashy as hell. Like, she just looks like she would never play video games. I mean, I don't know what she was going to do with it. Maybe she really likes them. I have no idea. But to me, it didn't seem like something that would normally happen. So, first of all, the coincidence of that girl coming in the same time that I wanted the system. So I get in line real quick. I'm thinking maybe if I can go up, talk to the guy and say, hey, you always tell me that I have to get in line to get this stuff. I was figuring maybe I could just rush him, get the system, and get out of there. But it turns out she came right behind me in line. So I talked to the guy. He almost had it in his hand. He was about to sell me it. And then she came up in line, and the cashier that she talked to came over and said, oh, no, I put that on hold for this girl. And, the girl heard that I was trying to get it, and she starts getting into my face about it. It's like this trashy girl. She starts yelling at me. I'm like, don't get in my face about it. I was just asking the guy. So I was kind of disappointed about that. I didn't end up getting it, but I was pretty disappointed about that. At Goodwill you go and you rarely find something that would be that cool. And but I figure I see deals out all the time. I wasn't too worked up about it. So all I ended up coming out of Goodwill with that day was a movie, and it's a great one, The Goonies. And I already watched this again. I love this movie, and it's just a classic. If you guys haven't seen The Goonies, you got to check it out. It's a really, really good movie. So the reason I wanted to tell you about that story today is I went back to the Goodwill, or the thrift store that happened in, and I was figuring maybe they have something else. It's the type of place where if you go, they won't have something in 2 days. If you see something you like and you go back 2 days later, it usually won't be there. So I went back, figuring I'll see what they have, and I guess they got the system, but they hadn't put the games out yet. So I went in today, and all the games for the 3DO were there. So I picked out some of those. I got them all for $5 a piece. And the first one that I was really happy about, and it's in great shape, is Night Trap. And I have this game for the Sega CD, but I don't have the outside case or anything like that. I just have the disc. So whenever I saw this there, I was really excited to get this one. And this is one of the games, whenever it came out, they didn't used to have ratings on their games. And this one and Mortal Kombat, I believe, were one of the first games that people started really taking notice that they need to have mature ratings on video games. So this is a really cool one to get, and it's in great shape, complete, has the manual and everything. Another one that's in pretty much perfect shape is The Lost Files of Sherlock Holmes. That one's in better shape than the other one even. And then also this one's in good shape too. Shockwave Operation Jumpgate. And then the last two, they weren't in good shape. The discs and the manuals were, but the boxes weren't. And the first one's Doom. It's pretty creased. It's not horrible, but it's pretty bad. And then this one, the case is just completely shut, but everything inside is fine, and that's Wolfenstein 3D. I've never played Wolfenstein 3D. I've played Doom and all that, and I know what it's like. I've looked up gameplay, but I've never played it myself, so I figured I'd pick this one up. It's one of the big games in from whenever I was growing up that I never played, so that one's cool. So I guess, I don't know, I was really disappointed about the 3DO. I can't play these games, but I figure once I eventually get one, I'll have some games to play with it. So I figured I'd share that story with you. A little tip, if you see something, go up right away and tell them to put it on hold, because what are the chances of that girl coming in within the 5 minutes that I was walking around the store? So